because most of the press does not realize this is her birthday today. And the theme of the night was Daddy-Daughter Day. Tell us a little bit what Daddy-Daughter has meant to you growing up, and a little bit about the Kobe situation, but just talk about Daddy-Daughter Day.
This night is a really special thing that A&M does, and one of the more touching nights that they put on to attract our crowd. But Daddy-Daughter Night is special to me just simply because I have a close relationship with my father. We are a lot similar, which can prove to be a little struggling at times, but we get along well. My dad is a great role model, a great man, a great provider, and I'm glad that he can come to so many of my games over the past years, and he's been nothing but supportive. So it was an important night, and I'm glad to see so many daddy-daughter pairs in the stands, whether it be biological or not, by choice. It was nice to see.
Do y'all have any questions for this young lady?
You're older, Jazz, you feel like you're losing energy, or is it just still ramping up like usual?
I've been told by many of my closest friends that I have a soul of an 80-year-old. So my energy never goes anywhere, but I'm definitely going to get an ice tub after this.
What kind of night is it like for you, and how special is it? The team keeps winning. It's your birthday. You can walk off the floor with a win on Daddy-Daughter Night. I guess that's kind of be special, all wrapped into one.
I mean, yeah, I woke up this morning not envisioning anything other than a win. I just don't see myself losing on my birthday, to be selfish. But no, the win streak that we're on right now is great momentum for us, especially with one of our starters out. It can only go up from here. We're doing well as a team. Our chemistry is great. Obviously, wish we could have finished better in the second half, but I'm really proud of my team and how we're hanging on right now and building up to the important part of the season, the most important part of the season.
Coach also mentioned the Kobe situation, the tribute you did. What did that mean to you to be able to do that before the game?
Yeah, obviously, I wish we could have done an entire parade or a whole day worth of a celebration. The man was inspiring to many. People are named after him, numbers are taken after him, and he will continue to affect generations after ours. He's a legend. He's immortalized. Unfortunately, it came in his death at such a young age. His daughter, his family, all the other victims on the plane, they were, someone's father, mother, child as well. It's a really sad story, but it just shows you how precious life is, and that at any given moment, so we need to make sure our relationships are in order and that, we keep everything together.
Thank you, Miss Jazz. Enjoy.
All right.
Thank you, Jazz. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
The three that she made in the second quarter, we had to have, and that's a flow three. When you're into the flow and we reverse the ball like that, that's how much confidence a senior can have, and it was nothing but net. Now she's made three in a row. How many times can you go in a ball game and have Kayla Wells be guarded that tough? She didn't even attempt a three, maybe for the first time in her career. I'm not sure of the stat. But Georgia was guarding our guards so tough, it was hard to get any space. So that's why in the second quarter and the third, we kept going inside. Our turnovers are what that allowed them to stay in the game. Plus, they started hitting shots straight, started playing like she's supposed to play, and she was hurting Sierra inside like Sierra was hurting her inside in the second quarter. It was a good ball game. I'm going to dread going back to Georgia, but I'm going to dread the 5 road games that we got left, because that's a good ball club. Conley's an excellent player. Thank heavens for that last free throw by Jackson, because that gave us the cushion that we had to have, and give Jackson a lot of credit for getting that rebound, because if they would have got that rebound with still one timeout, they could have ran something. And I don't ever like to see Conley setting up, because we still gave her the shot. Before that, we were lucky that she missed that one. But our kids have played so well without Carter, and they've just all stepped up. I think in the article this morning, our starters have averaged 15.4 points a game more than what they were averaging before Kennedy got hurt. So everybody has had to step up, including our bench and including the coaching staff. For a while, I was calling a pretty good ball game. After that, I wasn't so sure what I called in the fourth quarter. Their pressure was not allowing us to get the ball inside, or when we did get it inside, we missed a few. But Indy Jones is just playing so good. She looks like she's on her last breath. I want to give her this water bottle, but she just keeps going and going and going. So let's give Georgia a lot of credit for coming back. Let's give us a lot of credit for being down 8-0 and tied up 10-10. And then I think our kids played a pretty good ball game. But we are just dead tired. And now we've got to go on the road to LSU. Questions?
Do you expect that kind of performance out of India tonight, playing against her home state and kind of everything she had to play for there, the bragging rights?
Every time I expect it out of Indy right now. It's sort of a shame. She's done it 8 straight or 9 straight?
9.
9. She gets Player of the Week in the Eagle, okay? We'll never get it in the SEC, but let's give her Player of the Week in the Eagle for what she's done, not just in tonight's game, but what she's done for 9 straight ball games. So that might be the only way we can get a Player of the Week. The double-double with as many minutes and who she has to guard. Who she was guarding went 1 for 4 with 3 points. And that was a very good player in Paul that she was guarding. So she had to help out on our guards a lot. So give India a lot of credit. I said before the game, 65 points would win the ball game. We got to 64 and then hung on. But how about this? Might be in the record book if you'll check it. 0 offensive rebounds in the first half. Only 4 in the second half. They were hurting us on the boards, but when you're shooting as well as we were shooting in the second quarter, we either turned it over or we made it. Turned it over or made it. We've got to clean that up, but that's a very, very good defensive team in Georgia.
A little bit surprised there on that second to last possession. They settled for the 2 and didn't try to kick it out for the 3.
Yeah, but she made the 2, but give that kid credit. She made 6 out of 9. Sometimes they got to go for the steal or whatever. That kid played a good game. But if it's out wide open, I'll let Indy shoot it. Because if we have enough time to get back in the possession and I have enough timeouts to advance it, that's what you have to do.
Seems like this team's learning how to win these close games, Coach. What do they kind of say about your squad that even when their kind of leads kind of disintegrate, they don't really shake and still stay with what they're doing?
We're winning close games because we're a veteran team. I've got a point guard that she looks half the time like she's mad at the world out there. But doggone it, she plays 40 minutes and she's a competitor. If I had to go into a fist fight, that's the first one I'm choosing right there to be my partner on a tag team match. I'm putting Sham in there and say, bring it on, because she competes. That was the whole message of the game with all this Kobe. Kobe wouldn't want it any other way but to compete to be the best. And we did that again tonight. Now we've got to go to class in the morning, have enough energy to come back knowing how many minutes I played. 37, 38, 37, 40, 36. And we got to go to LSU, where we've lost the last 2 times we were there. So we're going to compete one more time, with or without, before you ask the question. She is practicing, but no contact as of yet. Next question.
Jerry, what does this game confidence-wise do for your team as you try to go to Baton Rouge and do something you hadn't done in a while and try to win there?
I think as a coach, all the tough love you give them, all through the year. And I gave them some tough love in that first media timeout too. And sometimes you have to take that tough love to be able to respond. A freshman ball club couldn't have taken that because I got on them pretty good. But they responded to the whip a little. They responded to Coach Starkey. We started shooting excellent shots again, and people step up. So sometimes you got to give a team their head a little. Give Georgia credit because they were making some good shots, and they were taking great shots, and we were taking good shots and missing good shots. But then we regrouped at that timeout and fought back. I was more impressed with us tying it 10-10 than anything else in the ball game, because we could have been buried early, but our kids have too much pride, and they know we have to win every game at home.
And in the same vein, I know the last time y'all played LSU here, they did a good job of kind of smothering the post-entry pass. With how so much success y'all are able to have with points in the paint and getting it in there, is that a good confidence boost heading into the weekend?
Yes. Once again, we're going to have better perimeter play to be able to open it up inside. Mitchell is one of the top 5 or 6 players in the league, and she's been doing awfully well. That first game at LSU, it was all on us. When you shoot 20% in the third, 20% in the fourth, and miss 5 layups in the ball game, we're supposed to lose. You can't hope for a call, which we didn't get. You got to make that call yourself. But LSU scares me because how well they protect the home court and how defensive minded. They need a quality win like us again to get in that top 25, because I think they're a top 25 team right now before we play them. Is that all you got?
Real quick to the Kobe tribute before, what did that mean to you? You kind of mentioned it a few times, and what y'all were able to do.
I think it means everything, whether it's daddy-daughter or something. KBTX last night, before I get off on that tangent, I don't know if you read the story about the Crockett elementary kid that her mom passed away at 35 years old, just sitting on the couch next to her son. I went to Crockett today and passed out a little bit of thing. It makes you think of daddy-daughter, daddy song. And this was a lady that was perfectly healthy. And then autopsy's out. That was heavy in our heart as much as the Kobe message, daddy's little girl. I've got a little girl too. And my grandson just had his ACL surgery yesterday. So I know how tough that was on my daddy's little girl, seeing my grandson out for the year with ACL. So it means a lot to a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. But Kobe's story, I'll get off my soapbox in a minute. Y'all are too young to understand the impact that Kobe could have had the next 10 years in women's basketball. Remember, Michael Jordan didn't have daughters playing ball. Shaq had sisters, but not at this level. What Kobe could have meant to women's basketball, which he was already doing that with his 4 daughters, the WNBA, and being such a fan of women's basketball. We're going to miss that more than anything you've ever seen, what he could have done for our sport, because no other male athlete has been doing what he has been doing for us. That's one thing that the world and the sport is going to miss, because he would have elevated women's basketball a little bit more.